Hello, dear friends, how are you? Overwhelming number of the people today in the world needs healing because we are wounded, injured, and as far the physical injury is concerned, it remains much more visible, cannot be ignored at all, and it gets healed in a relatively easy manner. Physical injuries can be healed in a comparatively easy way. But if at all the injury is emotional one, if at all the injuries are emotional, not physical, not bodily, it takes much more effort, time, and of course expertise before we are able to heal ourselves or our loved one emotionally. Today we are going to talk about how can we emotionally heal ourselves, our loved one, or anybody. Emotional healing is the topic of today's discussion. So let's begin. Let's start talking about all that. Number one, we need to understand what is emotional healing. Understanding the emotional healing, there are three points to understand if we want to understand the emotional healing. Number one, acknowledge your emotions. What is needed is acknowledge your emotions, recognize and accept your feelings, recognize and accept your feelings, whether it's pain, whether it's anger, whether it is sadness or fear. Recognize and accept your feelings, whether it's pain, whether it's anger, whether it's sadness, whether it is fear, but recognizing, acknowledge your emotions, number one. Number two, identify the source. Earlier we talked about acknowledging our emotions. Now we are talking about identifying the source, and it is understand the root cause of your emotional pain. Understand the root cause of your emotional pain, whether it's a past trauma, whether it is a relationship issue or personal struggle. Identify the source, understand the root cause of your emotional pain, whether it is the past trauma, whether it is the relationship issue or the personal struggle. Now, the number three point, the third point to understand the emotional healing, it is take responsibility. Taking responsibility. Acknowledge your role in the situation, acknowledging your role in the situation, and take ownership of your emotions. Understanding emotional healing, number one, acknowledge your emotions, recognize and accept your feelings, whether it is pain, anger, sadness or fear. Number two, identify the source. It is understand the root cause of your emotional pain, whether it's past trauma, relationship issue or personal struggle. Number three, it is take responsibility. Acknowledge your role in the situation and take ownership of the emotion. The next segment is steps to emotional healing. The next segment is steps to emotional healing. And number one, allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to grieve. Process your emotions and give yourself time to heal. So allowing yourself to grieve actually mean process your emotions and give yourself time to heal. Number two, it is practice self-care. Practicing self-care. How can it be done? Take care of your physical, your emotional, and your mental well being. Take care of your physical well being, your emotional well being, and your mental well being. That is take care of, that is practice self care. Now, the third point is seek support. Seeking of support. From whom? Reach out to trusted friends. Reaching out to the trusted friends, to the family members, or a therapist for guidance and support. Seeking support mean reach out to the trusted friends, to the family members, or a therapist for guidance and for the purpose of support. Now, it is the fourth point about emotional healing. Steps to emotional healing. The point number four is that reframe negative thoughts, challenge negative self-talk, and replace it with a positive and empowering affirmations. Now, the fifth and the last point about how to heal ourselves emotionally, our steps to emotional healing. The fifth and the last point is forgive yourself and forgive others. Let go of resentment and anger. Let go of resentment and anger and work toward forgiveness, not forgiving others for others, but forgiving others for we ourselves. So that let me repeat steps to emotional healing. The first step is allow yourself to grieve and process your emotions and give yourself time to heal. Number two, practice self care. Take care of your physical, take care of your emotional, and take care of your mental well being. Number three, seeking support and reach out to the trusted friends, to the family members, or a therapist for guidance and for support. Now, the steps to the emotional healing. Point number four is reframe the negative thoughts, challenge negative self talk, challenging negative self talk, and replace it with the positive, with the empowering affirmations. Now, the fifth and the last point is forgive yourself and forgive others. Let go of resentment, let go of anger, and work towards forgiveness. So that is the steps to emotional healing. Now, moving to the last step and last segment of this process of emotional healing, tools for emotional healing. What are the tools for the emotional healing? Mindfulness and meditation is the tool number one, and practice mindfulness techniques. Practicing mindfulness techniques to calm your mind and to calm your emotions. So that is mindfulness and meditation. Practice mindfulness techniques to calm your mind and emotion. Number two, the second tool for the emotional healing is that journaling. Write down your thoughts and feelings to process and release them. The second tool for the emotional healing is journaling. Write down your thoughts and feelings to process and release them. Now, the third tool to the emotional healing, that is creative expression. Engage in the creative activities like art, like music, or writing to express your emotions. Number four, it is nature therapy, and it is spend time in nature to calm and ground yourself. Tools for the emotional healing. The tool number one is mindfulness and meditation. Practice mindfulness techniques to calm down your mind and emotions. Now, the tool number two, the tool for healing number two is journaling, and that is write down your thoughts and feelings to process and release them. Now, emotional healing tool number three is creative expression. Engage in the creative activities like art, like music, like writing to express your emotions. Now, the tool number four for the purpose of nature therapy is spend time in the nature to calm and spend time in the nature to calm and to ground yourself. Now, remember that healing is a journey. Emotional healing takes time. Emotional healing takes time, takes patience, and take effort as well. Number two, second thing to remember, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Treat yourself with a kindness, treat yourself with a compassion, and treat yourself with understanding. So that is be gentle with yourself. Now, the third thing to remember is celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Now, these are the three things to remember. Healing is a journey. Emotional healing takes time, patience, and effort. Number two, be gentle with yourself. Treat yourself with a kindness, with the compassion, and with the understanding. Point number three to remember, celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress, no matter how small it is. Now, the bottom line is, by following these steps and using these tools, you can begin your emotional healing journey. You can begin your emotional healing journey and work toward a more balanced, a more powerful, and of course, a more fulfilling life. So, that is all from me today. Thank you very much.